We can go back up to the clock tower and talk to that miner again. You know, now that we've got a lot of remastered versions of old games on modern consoles, it's so cool to, you know, see them get a more modern look and additional content. Like for Tomba Special Edition, we got the extra content. So, well, the thing is, I didn't drink your juice. So, when swimming in the river. Huh, well, you said you don't know anyone who swam across it. Well, now you do, because you're talking to him. So he wants a favor. So yeah, the clock tower is stopped. So we need to get the machine to work. Lots of problems going on around here in the village. Alright, so now that we have accessibility to the Iron Castle and the factory, we need power. Power. We need the power. We have the power to get the power. Okay. So yeah, we have to help out around here. So our next stop is going to be the Iron Castle, which is the door right here in the background. Check it out. It really lives up to its name. It's the Iron Castle. It's a castle made of iron. So we talked to this guy here. Well, yes. Were you not noticing me here? So yeah, the door to the machine room is obviously locked. So we need to try to get through that door. So we'll have to come back. But our next stop is going to be to the left, which is the factory. There's a few stuff that we can get over here. Okay, so first thing we want to do is go over here in this hole in the wall. And we get some free charity wings. That's all we get underground here. Okay, so how do we break the door? Just gotta go up this ladder here. Talk to this guy here on the left. So we need a bomb in order to blow up the door. So he says that he made a bomb, but where is it, you may ask? It says it's in the jungle in the highest tree. Looks like a coconut. So, we have to step outside and look for this bomb in the highest tree. Again, this is another backtracking portion of the game. But like I mentioned earlier, the backtracking is not super obnoxious, but, you know, doing so many of it. So there's Jan again. Yeah, you're kind of hiding in plain sight there, pal. It was easy to spot you. There's a bomb right there. You couldn't see it. Got some treasure chests here. I'm going to go ahead and open those. This one right here. Vitality max +1 and large lunchbox. So yeah, the health goes up to 8, but we can expand our health, but obviously not at the moment. Ooh, another evil pig door. This time it's the orange evil pig. Let's go and get him. Who's the funny looking one? It's you there, pal. I'm not telling you. Alright. Personally, I think this one is a bit of one of the trickier pigs, because the bag is all the way on the side, and you have to focus on going up. So, that's pretty bad placement. Ah, come on. That's a bad spawn point. Come on. Oh, I missed him, man. Come on, get up here. Man, my timing has been kind of bad so far. And got him! 4 down. So the people of Bacchus Village are back to their normal selves. They're not mice anymore. Alright, so we got that taken care of, and yeah, I can't open that chest right there, so I have to come back for it later. Back to the Iron Castle door. But before we bust that door open, there are 2 rooms on each side here. One on the left, one on the right. There's some adventure points we can pick up. So we get a nice little 10,000 AP point jewel there. Now we gotta head over to the right side. We can refill some health, along with 400 AP points. Alright, so we got that taken care of. Let's bust this door. Cover your ears. This one's gonna blow. Will it work? Did it work? Yes, it did. And Tomba automatically will go in there and jump up to the pipe. We have the power to get the power. So, yeah, that's what that was back at the watchtower in the 100 Flower Forest. Turns out that's an elevator. So, wonder what could be down there if we take that elevator. So now he mentions the 10,000-year-old man. So, but the thing is, how do we get out of here? Well, I mean, I could just use the 100-year-old bell, or 1,000-year-old bell. So, we get the key to the old pond. Ah, so, good thing that the developers would wind up putting a raft here, so that way we can get back to the other section of the game. So we just gotta head into the factory and grab said raft. Because that's how we're supposed to get back to the other part of the continent. And hey, here's a miner outside. So here's our raft right here. And let's talk to this guy real quick. A pig car, huh? And so much for that. Oh. So water ain't enough. Food for fuel. Triple Fs. So that's called the go-go car, and what he needs is a fuel bar. Hey, that rhymes. I didn't realize this guy was a poet. So what he's asking for is some wine in order to make a fuel bar out of that. And where can we get wine? Back his village. But we'll deal with that later. So we got our raft, and let's talk to this miner right here. Say he was in the village of all beginnings, and he saw a witch. Mizuno the witch. So, back in the village of all beginnings, there was a door that we could not get into back at the start of the game. Now we can. But we'll deal with that later. Well, now we can get back into that door that I could not get into at the start of the game. But we'll deal with that later. Right now, we gotta take the raft back. We just gotta head back to the Old Tree Hill. And here's a dock, or here's a pier over here. Jump down here. And this is where we use the raft. Again, that's another event where we get no points for it. Alright, so here we are back at the Haunted Mansion, or the not Haunted Mansion, because it's purified. And I could use the 100-year-old bell, but I want to give that thief his item back real fast. So if we go up here at the chimney, there he is. Yep, he lost it yet again. So you want to know what to do, huh? Well, I'm one step ahead of you there, buddy. Here's your item. Yeah, one step ahead of you there, pal. It's almost as if I knew you were gonna lose it. I knew it. So many times. Helped you twice for 2 pieces of cheese. Yeah, you better not lose it again. He doesn't. Okay, there's actually one last item that we can get real quick. We're gonna go back to that door with a small keyhole, where we broke the magic egg. And look at this big boy right here. So this must be the boss of the thief. What are you talking about? The stuff inside the chest? Wait, I'm the thief? You're the thief! Alright, the boss's treasure. So since we have a 1,000-year-old key, we can open this chest. What's inside? Ooh, look at this thing. Get a good look at it. Boss's jewel. So, unfortunately, if you look in the inventory, the boss's jewel is just a bag. You don't see the actual jewel anymore. Maybe Tomba had a spare bag and put it in there for safekeeping. So the jewel doesn't get ruined. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do here for the time being. Okay, now it's time to head back to the 100-year-old man's place. Because there's quite a couple stuff that we can do now, other than swimming across that pond that we didn't get to before. But we can open this for 200 more AP. And I'm gonna equip the parasol so I don't have to deal with the spiked bushes down there. You just jump right and float along. So if we go down here, here's the door that I couldn't get into earlier. Now we can. Who is this right here? That's right, here's Mizuno the Witch. So she points out that we need to make some candy. But there's quite a couple of ingredients that we're going to need in order to make said make said candy. So who do we have here? So who do we have here? That's right, it's Mizuno the Witch. So who do we have here? That's right, it's Mizuno the Witch. So now she's pointing out about magic candy. But this particular magic candy is gonna need a couple of ingredients. So we don't have all the ingredients yet, so we're gonna have to come back a little later. So we got the Mizuno the Witch taken care of, so now we can go back to the old pond. Just float along. Get out of here. Okay, now I can unequip the funky parasol. Open this AP box here for some cheese. Jump across. You know, I don't know if you have this power-up that I got equipped, plus if you make it all, at the very edge of the ledge and then jump for it, you probably won't even have to swim across. I don't think I've ever tried that. Before you get into swim ability, try jumping over that platform, but then again, what good is it going to do you since you can't open the door without the key? So here we have Trick Village. And as you can see, this place is got an evil pig spell too. So we gotta go over here. And say hello to the 10,000-year-old man. Well, sorry, I just need to talk to you. Mr. 10,000-year-old man to you. Alright, so now we're talking to the 10,000-year-old man. So yeah, we like to know more about the evil pigs. So he's pointing out about 10 math beads that we can collect. Collect 10 10 math beads, and we can hear a lot more of what he has to say. Unfortunately, we need to learn how to dive. So he talks about a mermaid visiting him. So unfortunately, he knows the mermaid has lost an item that's important to her. And says that the mermaid is resting at the haunted resting at the not haunted mansion. So where's the item that the mermaid has lost? So if we go over here, this 1,000-year-old chest here, seashell necklace. And we can just take a shortcut back to the haunted mansion with the 1,000-year-old bell.